All right, looting in SvS. So in this video, I'm going to show my last couple of SvS wars, what I looted, and I'm going to show a loot march I use that I just tweaked. I just added a bunch of siege machine load to it. So I just totaled up. It took me a while to write all these numbers down. I just totaled up how many total resources I stole. This is all in millions. So this is like each hit and then the total for that hit. I got 25. This is all in millions. So I got 25.1 billion resources last SvS. So now I've got 4 SvSs recorded. The one before that, I only got 2 billion. Like all there was dead keeps on that server. Like there's only one big hit with 812 million. So I've got 4 in total recorded. So 11 billion, 8 billion, 2 billion, and 25 billion. But like this whole section here, this was all off one guy during our server purge before the war started. Someone that should have been bubbled, a guy that's only like a billion power. He had a ton of resources, and I took them all. All right, so that's my SV. Let me make sure I save this because I just took forever writing all those numbers down. All right, let me show one of my last loot hits. So this is with an Amir Timir and Attila march because they both have troops load. So this is during that last SvS, and this is the max. With that march, I could loot at one time, but this is with 200% mark size. So it's like 2.4 billion total resources, right? But I just made a bunch of changes to Amir Timir. So I want to show those. All right. So I just increased his troop load by more than 200%. So basically for the march, you have Amir Timir and Attila. You want to have siege machine load. March size will help. And then, well, I think I got like march speed or something. Like as soon as you zero someone, you might only be able to hit them. You might only be able to hit them a couple more times, or maybe only one time. So if you have, like, I always save one of my presets to have Amir Timir and Attila, and then just straight 4-something million, T14 siege machines. Which I just made more T14 siege machines in the last few days because I had to add like 300,000 something T13. So now I have full T14s for this march available. I could get him to 2 stars or actually 3 stars for some more march size capacity and more troops load. But you can get a bunch of troops load from these 3 items on the left. So an Archimede sword, it has 30% troops load, or Archimede must have 25, and then it's 30% of Parthian. So you can get 30% there. You can't get any troops load on the refining, but you can from both of these items. So I kind of ran out of gems. I already did my 8 million. On this one, I had hit 3 gold attributes. I just wanted to hit one more, at least purple, and I hit another gold. So I got 4 gold in there, but you can get almost 100% on each one of those items. And then I have, I'll roll some more of the next gem consuming return event. I'm running low right now. So I added, 90% there, another 50, 60% there. So I added 150%, 180%, and then I also attached. There's one of the old beasts, spiritual beasts. One of the regular spiritual beasts. It has troops load. So whereas, yeah, Lord of Lava. What are you doing? It has 26%. So I added like, get off of me. So I'm making video here. You okay? So I added like 200% more troop load to this march. Plus, I added, the Freedom Hero. I added smart size capacity here, and it's all T14s instead of mixed. Oh shoot! Oh, this item can have troop float also. Oh, I didn't notice that. I just see the mounted troop float here, and that can have 30%. Will I ever use this for anything? Oh man, I'm gonna roll at least one siege machine troop load on here just because the first attribute won't cost me any gems. I'm gonna roll one gold siege machine load on here right now. I didn't notice that. I just wanted to put something on there for march size capacity. And I don't know, as far as like Civ gear stuff, you never know what combination you might use on like some reinforcement general or something. So it's not a good idea to spend a lot of resources rolling on attributes that might be temporary attributes. I think I'm just gonna roll one on here for now. See how much see how long it takes me to get one on here. But yeah, that last mail that I showed from the last loot marks that I had, with these increases, with like 200 something percent more troops load, and some more march size capacity, instead of that being, it was like 800 something of each resource other than food, it's going to be over 1 billion now. That's what I want. I want the I want the I want the loot mark. I want the loot hits in the billies. That's what I'm after. I'm after the billies. I probably should have just saved that orange one. That's fine. I don't want. I don't want to. I don't want to waste too much. I'll go for one more attribute. That's purple. That's purple. Purple or higher. Yeah, because this costs 300 refining stones each time. Oh, I got a gold. All right, I got a gold and a purple. Let me go for any other siege machine load. Even gray. Even gray is cool. All right, another 13%. All right. So I just added another 50, another 60, another 60%. So from last SvS, where I looted 25 billion, what was it? 22 billion resources to this one, I just added like 250% between the last loot hits I've done and the next one I'm gonna do. I added like 250% more troops load. Yeah, I don't have enough Amir Timir. Well, it's not trial nights right now. Do I have enough to get this guy to two? Oh, I have enough to get him to 2 stars. So the highest I would want to get is 3 stars on this guy. Because that's what I'm after each SvS. Like, I'm always getting like the highest amount of points on our server by far. Like, no one's even close. No one's even close to me. How many points I get? Like, I win the Monarch competition, the server versus server Monarch competition every time. Here, let me do this real quick. want to forget about them eggs. All right, I think the server war from the last one is still up. Yeah, look, I got 24 billion points. There's only 3 people that got over a billion. I got 24 Bs. I use so many sources of life. Last SvS, it was ridiculous. I think I burned like 80,000, something like that. Look how much I healed, almost 20 billion. I was net positive like 4.7 billion points, and we lost. I was net positive 4.7 billion, and we lost by more than 30. I don't see how that's possible. Like all of our top guys are positive. So Char is positive by 200 million. Jade is positive by 300 million. Doomed is positive by like a billion, I think. Oh no, he's positive by 400 million. Nameless. Nameless isn't even on the negative list. Yeah, Nameless is way down here. He's positive by 700 million. 500 million. Yeah, I don't understand how we lost. So something's wrong with these server war points, how they're calculated. I don't understand how we lost by 5 billion or 3 billion when all of the top 5-6 slots are all positive by a total of like 5 billion points. There's not 5 billion more points on this list. Let's see, Digital Dan 801. He's still positive by 50 million. Who's negative on this list? Let's see. King Dusty, 746. He's positive too by 200 million. Let's see if our 8th player is negative. E-Sage, 658. Where's E-Sage? He's positive too. He's net positive too. Who the hell's who's negative? Okay, this guy lost 2 billion. Roland joins. And he only got, yeah, so he's basically negative 2 billion. But I was positive 4 billion. I don't see how we lost this SvS. I was positive 4 billion. 4.7 billion points. Yeah, I don't know. I guess there's a lot of people that lost points. How did they beat us by 3 billion? I'd take the time to add up all the numbers on both these lists, but it would take a while. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. Just looking at our top 10 on the negatives and positives, I don't see how it adds up. I don't see. Anyways, that's the loot marks. That's what I'm looking to do each SvS. Like for the SvSs, I don't set up my marches for good power exchanges like a bunch of T11, T12 troops. I set them all like mostly T14. Like 50% of the marches is T14. There's some T13s and T12s because I don't know how many. I spend most of my time on the enemy server. They can bubble up. I don't know how many hits I'm going to be able to get in before they bubble up. And what I'm doing is I'm always scouting for people. I'm looking for people that are PvPing or unbubbling that have resources. If they don't have resources, I don't attack them at all unless I can zero them in like 1 or 2 hits. If they don't have resources, I don't even bother with them. I don't even bother with them. I'm going after people like even people at this point in the game. I'm even going after zeroing people that are up to like 4 billion power. I'll just hit them over and over and over and over again, looking for that winning. Looking for that. Your victory. Above your troops when they're marching back. As soon as I hit that, I hit them with my Amir Timir watch, my Amir Timir march. And then I just hit them with what I think ground troop have the second highest load, so I hit them with ground troop right after that. But my Amir Timir march with all the extra troop load is just way more. It just pulls in way more than anything else because Amir Timir has 100%. Attila has 75%. I think it's 75. Yeah, 75%. But you don't have like, overall, you don't have a lot of you don't naturally have a lot of troops load outside of all that stuff I just put on that general. Like you get the the most amount of it you get from Civ treasures. So I get level Civ treasures. Oh yeah, it's this one. Yeah, 215%, and that upgrades by 40% on another level. So you can get some troops load by putting in the Monarch gear for troops load. That's another 50%, but I'm not going to I'm not going to mess with my presets to put in troops load here. So naturally, let's see what my troops load is. Pretty sure it's on the military page. Let's see what my troops load is. Yeah, my troops my siege machine load is less than 500%. So I just increased that amount. Well, actually, no. Hold on a second. What just happened? I shifted me back to the top for some reason. Okay. Okay, my siege machine load is 488, but I already had 100% on Amir, 75 on Attila, so that's 588. That's like 650. I'm trying to think like what percentage I increased my troops load by. But I added some march size. I added like 250% in the gear on Amir Timir. So I increased that. I increased that by like a third, or more from my most recent loot hits. So that 800 billion I was looking at, those 800 billion hits, that's gonna be like, well, it's gonna be more than a billion next time. Was that an Amir Timir hit? No, that was a regular siege machine attack. I don't know. That's ground troops. Ground troops do pretty good. But yeah, those big hits are like somewhere like 30 or 40 hits down on this. It would take me a while to find them again. But did I hit this guy with Amir Timir? No. It's probably just attacking him rapidly to get him. I mean, to kill him as fast as possible. That's what I'm looking for in the SvSs now. Kill that dude that's got resources, and hit him repeatedly over and over again and steal all those resources as fast as I can. Oh, it's this guy right here. All right, so you see my range march. This guy has a ton of resources, so my range march maxes out at 284. But this is once he was zeroed. Look at this, 839 of each. This is during the purge, so I'm just waiting till this march comes back and hitting him over and over again with Amir Timir. 893 of each. Yeah, 889. And then he's cleared here. Look at the 1.7 billion. But as you can see, yeah, 1.7 plus, that's basically like 2 I think he was zeroed there. That's the last hit I have recorded, but that's basically like 2.4 billion, because this is what? 3 times 8 is 24, so that's 2.4 plus another, it's like 2.6 billion. So I just increased it by, I just increased the siege machine load for that March by like a third. So it's gonna be like, oh shoot, it's gonna be like, I'll be able to loot like 3.7 or so billion resources in one hit. Man, it's gonna feel good. I can't, the PvP reports are fun, but the loot reports, man, them resources, those are better, I just had All-Star and Major League All-Stars for the first time the other day, and that was fun. And I was a little stressed out. I was a little nervous doing it the first time. Qualified for the semifinals, but nothing's better than looting them resources, man. Look at that. Look at the billies. I want to have billies all across. I want to have billies all across. Usually you don't run into someone that has food, though. I got enough to have a trifecta of billies, though. 1 billy, 2 billy, 3 billy. Damn. All right, I'm excited to see. Oh, and I also increased, I made T14, so I have a full March of T14s now. So that'll be, plus I increased his March size. So that'll be, hold on a second. Let me see if I even have enough. Do I have enough? I might need to make some more T14 siege machines. Hold on a second. So this is, so what's this March size? 3421. So with 200% March size, it'd be 4521. It'd be 4521. Do I have that many? I got 4538. Okay, so I have enough. I got enough T14s. All right, GG. Well, I'm hoping I get I hoping I get some good loot hits next SvS so I can see them billies. God damn. I didn't have any of the SvS prior to that. The SvS like 11 billion, 8 billion. And the SvS before that, I only got 2.4 billion. It took a while to enter all those numbers, and I only got one hit with 812 million resources. So, yeah, that's fun, man. Because if you hit someone, and you get the resource report, and it says like 100 million, 100 million, 100 million, it says the exact same number all the way across. They got more. So you don't want them to bubble up, and your last loot report said the same number all the way across, because that means you didn't steal them all. You got to steal them all. You got to have enough troop flow that you steal all the resources. Now, no one's stealing all my resource. No one's got this much troop load, but I've never been zeroed in SvS, and we ain't going up against a server that could. I think we've seen a K41 in an SvS, but we haven't seen anything higher than that. I can't remember if we've seen a K41. We've definitely seen a lot of K40s, but can't remember if we've seen a K41 yet. But no one's come close to zero me. They don't even attack me anymore. But it is what it is. So I'm just I got all these resources available here, so when they scout me, it might be enticing to try to rally me. Like what I would do, if I had an enemy player on our server, like nearly the entire SvS, and they had that many resources available, and I scouted them, I saw that, I would coordinate with the other alliances on my server to have them all rally that dude, all like at the exact same time, right? All set up rallies, all at the exact same time. If you set up 4 rallies, siege, range, mounted, ground, all at the same time. You have like 3 or 4 alliances that do that. You hit that, you hit someone like 16 times. Even if your rally size is only like 20 million, hit that dude 16 times. They probably have a good chance of zeroing me. It'd be worth, like, if you see someone with that many goddamn resources available, that's what I would do. I'd talk to the other guys on my server, link that battle report, like, dude, this guy's got hundreds of billions of resources. We need to burn some sources of life and get this fool. Steal them resources. Ain't nothing better than stealing those goddamn resources. Like I spend like 30 hours every SvS weekend just like looking for unbubbles. Like if you're on a server that goes up against me and you got resources available and you get a bubble timer that's going to expire sometime during the SvS and you can be zeroed, or you get a T1 trap, you think you're sneaky, you're like 1 or 2 billion power, you think you're not going to get zeroed, I wouldn't fuck around. I wouldn't fuck around. I'd either use those resources, stay bubbled, or get zeroed during your server purge, so the resources stay on your server. That's what I'd do if I was you. You don't want to mess around when it comes to me. Because if I see someone with resources, they have bubbles. Unless it's like I'm watching a hive and someone unbubbles. Like if it's someone's like 3 or 4 billion power and I see their bubble just drop, I'll hit, all my 10-minute buffs. I'll make sure, if I have my castle active skills I can use, I'll hit all that stuff. I'll turn all that shit on, my dragon talents, whatever I have that will help out my marches. And then I'll just port, like, maybe I'll be a small castle so I can port right next to him. If the big castle won't fit close, I'll just port right next to the guy. I'll just hit him over and over and over again until I zero their ass. And if I see a zero, if I see a victory, then I send in Amir Timir. And he always gets the job done. He always gets the job done. He's about ready to steal all the goddamn resources. My Amir Timir, goddamn. I'm excited. I'm excited to see the next battle report where someone has max resources that will max out my Amir Timir. I want to see if he hits 4 billion. He might hit 4 billion. God damn. He's hitting over 3 now. He was over 2.4. He can be over 3 now. I'm so excited. I can't wait for this next SvS. My wife wants to head out of town. She wants to go out of town. I got to explain to her, sorry, we got a server versus server. I'm stealing them resources. We talk about billions here. We can't leave. We can't go on vacation. We gotta wait. How much is that? How many resources is that? That's so many goddamn resources. This last SvS. Hold on a second. How many resources is that? That's like $500 worth of resources. 25 billion. Okay, so if you get level 5 optional chest, you get 2.8 billion of each resource, but you're gonna have a double down, so it's 5.6 billion. So 5.6 billion times 5 would be like 28 billion. So yeah, I'm more than 4 packages of double downs worth of resources from that SvS. That's pretty good. That's pretty goddamn good. That doesn't even include the rewards in the mail. After the rewards in the mail, with my score, I get like another billion something. I get like 800 million of each resource or something. Didn't include that. But yeah, I never really thought to tweak my Amir Timir a little bit. So I did that today. Finally got around to doing that, and it's going to make a big difference. Going to make a big difference. Hell yeah. All right, guys, that's enough for this video.